Next up on WTV, the impact of the small schools model on athletics, this month's edition of Our Life As, and today's Sports Minute. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Good morning, Redhawk Nation. Today is Thursday, February 8th, and I'm Wade Glover with another daily update brought to you by Wingspan TV. Red Rhythm will show off its skills tonight at Independence High School. WTV's Shrinikith Mukundan has the story.
The Frisco ISD Show Off Contest is an event designed to showcase the drill teams of each high school. Red Rhythm started practicing its contest routines after football season, and they used their basketball games as an opportunity to perform their contest routines in front of an audience.
I believe Red Rhythm's going to do a great job. They have done an outstanding job with practicing. They've also created a schedule for each day, and they've also set a goal to make sure that they achieve it. Super proud of how much time and effort they put into the process, and they're going to be super successful, I believe.
The Frisco ISD Show Off kicks off tonight at 6:30 p.m. Reporting for WTV, I'm Shrinikith Mukundan.
For more than 20 years, Frisco ISD has utilized a small schools model, and after some debate on whether to continue that model, it appears the district will keep all current and future high schools at the 5A level. WTV's Carter Brock takes a look at the impact the small schools model has on athletics.
The small schools model in Frisco has continued since its adoption nearly 20 years ago. But when voters rejected the TRE in August of 2016, the district began to organize a long-range planning committee that would take a look at whether or not to continue with smaller schools. And with a 10th high school set to open next year, and a community survey of more than 4,000 people showing 79% wanted to keep the small schools model, that's what appears will happen. For Frisco ISD Athletic Director David Kirkendall, there are athletic advantages to staying in 5A.
Right now we are able to, with the small model, we're able to get a lot more kids to participate. We talk about in Allen there's one quarterback, and over in Frisco there's 9 quarterbacks. So there's one valedictorian over at Allen, and there's 9 valedictorians over in Frisco.
Had the district chosen to adopt a partial 6A school model, Plano ISD could have provided an example.
Our numbers probably are not that much different than Frisco ISD when it comes to having one, like football, one team 9th grade through 12th grade and one building. When you compare the numbers of all the kids in that school, and then you compare them to the Plano ISD, the 3 schools, 2 high schools and a senior high, it's probably pretty close.
For some community members, there's a belief that the number of high schools dilutes the athletic talent and prevents the district from reaching its full athletic potential.
Well, I disagree that it's watered down, because Frisco ISD is extremely competitive in everything. Now, they have a lot of schools and all, but they have tremendous talent in Frisco.
From the 2010 to 2011 school year to 2016 to 17, Frisco ISD claimed 8 UIL team championships, while Plano ISD only took home 5.
Left, and the jumper is good.
There's so much going on up there. There's going to be so many people that are going to choose to live there, and that's why the school district is so important, because people are going to go and they're going to want to put their kids in a school district where they can get all of the things that everybody talks about.
A similar district to FISD is Prosper, a town that has rapid growth just like Frisco has in the last 10 years. Much like Frisco 20 years ago, Prosper ISD currently has just 1 high school, with plans to open another one in 2 years, with an expected 6 to 8 high schools when the city reaches its growth potential.
Well, our goal is to have 6 5A schools, but a lot of it does depend on the growth. If the growth continues at the rate that it is going right now, we won't be able to keep up with it, and we will have more 6A schools than we want.
With the small schools model, however, comes the concern for funding.
One thing we have to make sure of, right, as taxpayer dollars, is that we're being good stewards of our money. Even when it comes to a second high school, our facilities will mirror this one. Our administration, especially our superintendent, is very smart with money. He's been very smart about how he's planned. Between him, our school board, and our financial officer, we feel very confident about how they've planned for us for the future.
But while Prosper High School will move to 6A for 2 years, much like Frisco, it wants to have its own small schools model, allowing for more opportunities for students.
And we think that smaller school model is very advantageous for that reason, right? Your coaches have more of a chance to be able to, interact with their kids, have personal relationships with their kids. I think the smaller model is just a lot more advantageous for your kids, coaches, administrators, community, everybody.
With Frisco ISD sticking with the small schools model, Kirkendall believes the parity in the district doesn't take away from the high quality of play.
I just think it's cyclical. I think that those years that Liberty did so well and they've struggled lately, I think they're going to come back. It's just like who has one of the best basketball teams in the district? It's Liberty. Who has one of the best girls basketball teams in the district? It's Liberty. So it just depends on a given year. You know, you don't spend a lot of time asking the other athletic directors around the state of Texas, but I hope that when people play Frisco ISD, whether it be in any sport or any extracurricular activity, that they better bring their A game because they're going to be in for a battle. And I think that we've proven that we can hold our own and compete well. And that was always a fear early on, that we were going to be small, and when we divided teams up that we weren't going to be competitive. And it's just turned around and been the opposite.
For Wingspan TV, I'm Carter Brock.
On this month's edition of Our Lives As, WTV takes a look into the life of senior swimmers Lena Parks and Julia Cole.
During usual season, I usually wake up around 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm out of the house by 6:30, and then we're in the pool by 7:15.
And right now, we're getting ready for state, so we have a little bit of a later wake-up time, which is really nice. And then we swim until 9:15.
We'll get ready for school at the pool, and then we'll drive to school.
We have until like 10:30, which is second period. I have early release on like A days, so that's really helpful.
Yeah, and I have early release on B days. So we on those days you only have 2 classes because swim's first period.
After, I'll go home for like an hour, and I'll have to leave for club practice again, and then I'll get home at like 9. So it's a long day to balance everything, but yeah, we really like what we do.
And when I get home, I don't do clubs. I'll go home and I'll play with my dog some, and I'll do homework. I'll go run errands for my mom or something like that, and then I'll do my physical therapy exercises.
My dad does like triathlons and stuff. He wanted me to learn how to swim, and it really stuck. So I've been swimming since I was 6.
The weather is anything but warm, but track season is starting to heat up. WTV's Luke Small has today's Sports Minute.
With their first practice meet today in McKinney, the track team has been working out and preparing every day. Coach Chip Gregory has high hopes for the team this season.
As far as the team looking this year, it's a little bit different as far as the face of the whole program, with a couple guys leaving. They were pretty good. We got a couple young guys, as far as in long distance, and some of the sprinters that should help, fill in the blank that we're kind of missing from, those guys leaving. And it's going to be a long season. Obviously, the beginning is always, at question where we're at, and it's going to be interesting to see, as we get into the practice meet and the first track meets of the year, what these guys, type of work these guys have put in.
The team has extensive practices to ensure that the athletes are in the best shape possible.
Regular routine for a practice. Usually, obviously, we get a couple laps in, usually about a mile, and then start hitting the warm-up. Warm-up takes about 30 minutes. And then once we get there, we do a couple speed drills, a couple hurdle drills, try to work on a form running. Might hit a couple other drills that, kind of elaborate more on the flexion of the hip and how to use it when you are running, and then we get into the workout. It can be either a long day where, like the long distance guys, they might go 6 miles, or if you're a sprinter, you might, get up to, 1,700 to 1,800 meters. It just really depends on the day of the week, where we're at in the season.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Luke Small.
Today's featured couple on 14 Days of Love, Redhawk Romance, are juniors Nick Hung and Rachel Guo. Here's a look at what to expect.
So what's your favorite memory of each other?
We've made like so many, it's really hard to choose. What are the...
I have one.
Oh.
I like how he asked me to hook him.
That was a good one. Okay, no, scratch that.
Full 14 Days of Love Redhawk Romance interviews are found exclusively online at libertywingspan.com in the Multimedia tab. If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. WTV's Neha Paramala brings you today's announcements.
Carnations will be sold in all lunches this week. Pulse is hosting partner yoga with Peyton in the competition gym today. Hockey plays McKinney Varsity Gold at the Plano US rink today at 9. Wrestling competes in the District 8 4A tournament at Wakeland tomorrow and Saturday. Boys basketball plays Wakeland at Wakeland tomorrow at 7:15. Girls soccer plays Centennial tomorrow at 7 at home. Boys soccer plays Centennial tomorrow at 7:30 at Centennial. 2018-19 ISM applications are available now and are posted around the school and on the door of room E106. The next Toastmasters meeting is February 14th during advisory in Mrs. Mayer's room C138. You can drop off eyeglasses at the nurse's office to donate to third world countries. Leave your student ID with the number of frames to get volunteering hours for NHS. Cheer tryouts are March 8th. All applications must be submitted by March 5th. If you have any questions, contact Coach Stevens in room E100. In recognition of Black History Month, WTV will be taking a look at various contributions of Black Americans throughout U.S. history. George Crumb was working as a chef in the summer of 1853 when he accidentally invented the potato chip. It all began when a patron who offered a plate of French fried potatoes sent them back to Crumb's kitchen because he felt they were too thick and soft. To teach the picky patron a lesson, Crumb sliced a new batch of potatoes as thin as he possibly could and then fried them until they were hard and crunchy. To Crumb's surprise, the dish ended up being a hit with the patron and the new snack was born.
That's it for today's Daily Update. This has been Wade Glover for WTV.